Welcome to our ultimate Fast API series. This is part 3 of the user management or the authentication of this part. We'll be dealing with how to reset password. Now, reset password, what we're going to use is we'll make use of some email OTP. Like the user will enter the email and he'll get some OTP or some code. He'll get 6 digit and then he'll he'll get or he'll we'll have one more route where he can go. He can put in his email and the code, and that will verify his whether that code is matching with the email that we sent, and then he'll be allowed to reset the password. So what we'll do is we'll just for storing the emails and the OTPs, what we'll do, we'll create one model. The model would be reset password base, and table name would be reset passwords. Yeah, this is fine. And this will have one email, which is going to be our column and string. And this is going to be our primary key. And this is also going to be our, well, let's just be primary key, or let's not just make it primary key. Let them make their own primary key, and we'll just use unique and we'll make one index, right? And we'll take one code, which is going to be our, suppose we'll take integer, and that's it. So now what you can even add one more time like expired dt, and you can just give in the date time. I'll just skip it for now, and we'll make some service functions for it. Okay. uh, I'll just make some reset password funcs, right? So what our first service function would be to generate code. Okay, so we'll generate code. um, Now this should take our DB, and this should also take our email, for which email we need to generate code. Now, so for this, what we'll do is we'll generate one random string or random integer. Okay, random int, and this random int, and we'll just take it in string. That would be better, and we'll just convert that to string as well. Yeah, and this one now string, and we'll generate as it is going to be 6 digit. You can change that according to yourself. I'll take it as 6 digit. So rand int, and I'll take 1000000 until 999999. I'll take like that, right? And now what I'll see if for that email there is already an entry in the reset password. So db and reset, I'll just check db.query, and I'll just import my model reset password as rp model, right? And I'll just I'll just query over it, and I'll just filter via email, rp model dot email equal to our email dot first, right? That's how we are gonna deal with it. And now we'll check if not db reset, there's no entry, then we'll create ourselves. Db reset is we'll take it as we'll create a new one, uh, or let's not do like that. First we'll check if it exists. If db reset exists, then we'll just update it. So db reset and dot code equal to our new code, right? Else what I'll do is I'll create one new db reset, and this is going to be my rp model, and this is going to be taking email and code is going to be our code, and I'll just add it db.add db reset, and later on I'll just commit it db.commit, and there's no need to refresh. I'll just return the code for now from here. Yeah. And one would be to our verify the code. So we'll verify the code and async def and verify code, which will have our code and email and our DB as well. So I'll take one email, I'll take one code, And what I'll do is I'll just get the DB reset from the DB dot query rp model dot filter, and this will be rp model dot email equal to email. And then what we'll do is email we'll got get the first one. Now if not DB reset, there was no request for it, then I'll just return false, right? As otherwise, what I'll do, I'll just return db reset dot code equal to our code. We'll just match it, and I'll just create one fake function, fake email send, and this will not just take email, and it will take our code. And this will suppose just I'll show it in some other video how to send email. I'll just take it like email sent to email, and we'll do this like that, right? Now what we'll do is we'll create our routes also for that. From there only user can reset the password. So we'll just move to our route creation, and yeah, so this would be our app.post, and we'll just do reset password, and this will be send code. The first step, when the user request for it, we'll send the code. And what we'll do is one thing is we can take it in the param, this email ID, or we can also take it as a query parameter. Let's this time take it as a query param. I don't think that would change or that would matter that much, right? So what we'll do is I'll just create async def reset send code, right? And I'll take email as a string and db session, which is going to depends on get db. Okay, and now we've got the email. And now the first thing that we'll do is we'll see whether this user exists or not. So db user is going to be our await service dot existing user, and this will take our db. Yeah, username, will just pass it like that, and email. Yeah, and now if not db user, if that db user doesn't exist, then what we'll do, we'll raise one http exception of not found. Status dot not found. Sorry, not found. Yeah, and we'll put in the detail user not found, simple, or user with email not found. Right. Now, if we found the user, we'll just see the code. We'll generate the code for him. Code service dot generate code, and this will take DB and our email. Right. And now the code is generated. Now what we can do is await and service dot send email. Fake email. Yeah. And this will take email and code. Yeah. So for now, for our so that we can verify, I'll just return code so I can see the code there. Right. And let's just see this first. We can't, I'll just, okay, there's some issue. Uh, SQL alchemy, mapper, reset passwords could not assemble any primary key columns. Okay, then we'll provide one. Then we'll set it to primary key only, no issues. And we'll remove this, already index would be created, no issues like that. So now we have created it. I'll just go to our Chrome and I'll open our localhost. Okay, I've got reset password. I'll do it for, I think it was rohan at gmail.com. No, it was hotmail.com. So hotmail.com, and okay, user with that email not found. That's interesting. Maybe it was Mohan at hotmail.com. Yeah, it was Mohan. Let's see what error we've got. Um, okay, we've got some SQL error, which is reset passwords. Okay. Okay, no such tables. Okay, fine, I've got it. Okay, so the issue is this is one of the major issues that FastAPI doesn't allow us to have migrations of the database inbuilt. So either we can use one third-party app, that there is Alembic, that helps to migrate our database. Now suppose like I have made one change to my database. So now what this will do is, um, okay, I'll just do meta dot, I'll import base. I'll show you base dot metadata dot create all, and I think that would take our engine. We'll just see once from our previous videos. Yeah, bind equal to engine. Yeah, so bind equal to engine, um, and we'll import our engine as well. Yeah, so most probably we were using our previous app only, so the database was already created. But this thing we need to keep in mind when we are making some changes to our model, we need to clear our database, because when FastAPI just matches our tables with the SQLDB, it will only check for one table. If any of the one is found, it will not check for the others. So it will not create any new tables you add. For that, we'll see Alembic, how it helps in migration. For now, I'll just delete this database. Okay, I'll just delete it. Yeah, and we'll rerun it. Okay, and now we'll just create our first user, sign up, and I'll just take Mohan, and I'll just take his email, mohan@gmail.com, and I'll just take Mohan as password. Yeah, Mohan is created, and I'll just move to directly password, mohan@gmail.com. Yeah, so this is our code or OTP. I'll just save it, and I'll just save it somewhere here. Yeah, so now we'll create one route for our verifying. Okay, so app dot again get, this time is going to be get. We are not sending some data as such. And what we'll do is I'll just reset, and what was the name I've set? Reset password. Okay, so I'll set verify code. Now here async def, and I'll do verify or reset verify code, and this would pretty much help me. Sorry, reset verify code, and here I'll do is email I'll take, which is a string, and I'll take a DB, which is going to be our session and which is going to be depending on our get DB. Yeah, looks fine. And we also need to take the code from the user to verify it. So we'll also take the code. I missed it. And these are going to be query params. Yeah. Now what we can do is I can simply, first one way is I can just check for the user, or directly I'll just do it. Await and return await. And this will service dot verify code, and this is going to be DB, email, and code. Now I'll just go to this function once and check what it is doing. Okay, it is returning false or true. That is fine. Fine. So we'll just check it out. And yeah, this is working. I was just checking for the send code. It is not printed out this code sent to this email. I'll just rerun it just to check that. I'll resend the code and boom. Okay, code sent to mohan@gmail.com. Nice. I'll copy it and I'll now verify it once. And how to verify? mohan@gmail.com, code true, it's verified. And now 6, it's false. So this way we can verify it. Now after this is done, what we can do is we can send the user to our next route, which is to actually reset the password, and which is going to be our app dot put and reset password reset. So this is our actual, once the user is verified, we'll redirect him to this route from where he can actually reset his password. These things will be taken care by our front end. So what I'll do is async def reset password, that's it, final, and this is going to take our email, email, and this is also going to take our password and DB, and depends get DB. Nice. Now what I'll do is I'll get the user first. So user or DB user is going to await service dot existing user, and I'll get it via DB. Username is not there. I'll just do email. Right. So we'll get the user, and now if not DB user, I'll just raise some exception, HTTP exception, status code, and which is going to be not found, and detail is going to be user not found. Now what I can do is for this DB user, I can just update the hashed password, which is going to be our, or maybe let's just create this as a function in our service layer. And async def update password. We can even make use of this update user here, but better to have a separate for password. And this is going to take our user, which is going to be our user model, and it is going to take our password, which is going to be our str. And what I'll do is user dot hashed password is equal to bcrypt, as we have already done. It will bcrypt it and dot hash password. Now this password is hashed. What I'll do is I'll just db.commit so that this is saved to db. Okay, I'll also take db here. Yeah, so works fine. I'll just do it here. App and we'll just do await and service dot update password, and we'll take db and we'll take db user and we'll take password, and will not return anything. We'll set the status code to no content. Yeah, so let's just check this out once. Suppose we are done with our verification, so we can finally reset it. So I'll just check this reset one. Reset, suppose Mohan at gmail.com, and I'll set it to Rohan. Done. Now I'll just try to get the user, or I'll try to log in. Yeah, I'll try Mohan. Not incorrect, right? Because the new password is Rohan. Works fine. So this way we can deal with the reset password. Like there's send email that we'll see later in upcoming videos. And one more thing that we can do is we can have one expire time that we can set. And so this is a pretty good way to verify the users and then reset their password. So thank you. That's it for this video.